Hi guys, welcome to another battle report. This time this is a battle report from our local Steamroller tournament, and I took out my minions there, and in this game I played Helga, and I was playing against my buddy Arik, who chose Fyanna2. So definitely an interesting matchup and probably a bit difficult for Helga, but both Helga and Rask, that was my second for this player, for this pair, would have the same issue with hitting the beasts under their feet. So I tried to skew the quantities of my guys with 30 or 40 infantry. I think he might have trouble removing me during the feat, and after the feat we can try to even the field a bit. So we are both playing ADR, and the tournament allowed ADR, and we decided to try the new ADR that is valid from January, and I took Pendrake to my list because he can enable me to hit his warbeasts with boosted attack rolls from at least one of my infantry units, and he took two Death Stalkers that are worrying me a bit because they can easily remove my tough brigands and commandos. So we set up. I go first, and we'll see what is going to happen. So we shake hands, and I start moving my models. The first round is pretty easy. Everything is going to run up to take good positions. Helga will hide behind the warbeasts, and we just start running. I try to spread out my infantry so they are not an easy target in the future. It's maybe not so necessary at the moment, but next round it will be relevant. So more running. I have those two buildings on my side that were a bit problematic to go around with the infantry, and the Pendrake stayed back. And now it's my opponent's turn. So my opponent has some nice cover. On his side there is a rubble area pretty big, and he can get with his Pathfinder stuff in, and you see the stalker is starting to killing my stuff, and each shot kills. Another stalker, and again two dead pigs. So the rubble gives him cover, which will keep his staff pretty safe on the approach, and there is a wall on the other side in the zone. He can also use that to take cover, and also he's got two woods to give him concealment, so lots of options for him. But on the other hand, if he had begun and I chose the other side, he would probably take so much board space in first round with running all his beasts and all his stuff that I would have difficulty to be relevant in scenario later on. I don't know. So now his cavalry comes in and starts shooting my poor brigands, and I unfortunately hit on 5, and I have 3 dice to wound because of the poison on the weapon. and they also have pathfinder, so they can just go through the rubble. And his war beasts use the rubble as a place to move to take cover in. So I'm not really liking how it's going, because it's round 1 and I already lost like 6 brigands, and in this tempo, if he puts more of his attacks in, then I will be losing brigands much too fast. So the rest of his stuff just advances to take positions for next round and to threaten the zone. So he also measures the distance from the side, so my commandos, if they come in, don't make too much damage to him. So I also measure what I can do if I get from this side, if my commandos can be relevant, but they cannot charge. The Zuriel, I think, is there, so even then I don't know if they would be able to kill him. Definitely not, but to be relevant. So I decide to go from the other side with my ambush. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea. Maybe I should have just run the commandos and tie him up in melee. So my rest of my brigands is free to move in. Just a thought that occurred to me right now. But I've done it differently, and the commandos went from the right side. The right side is also not so bad, because there is the flag that they can start contesting pretty fast, which is also relevant for the scenario. So I advance my brigands, and they will try to take some shots. But as you see, this is just a series of misses. This is also not surprising, because he's got like crazy defense. Most of his stuff is 14 or 15 defense, and in cover it's 18, 19. So even with prey, brigands have a really tough time hitting. So I reposition my brigands forward. I'm pushing pretty hard on the center and the left flank. And my gunboard has taken down one of his cavalrysts, which is a very small success against what I have already lost. So I tried to spray Deathstalker, but I missed, and that's that. So my brigands on the right flank will try to do something, so they advance and start shooting. Unfortunately, the war beast they want to shoot is behind cover. But I gave them Beast Lore from Pendrake, so some of them did hit and did some damage, but not too many. So my commandos run forward to contest the flag, so he will not be able to score there, or so he will have more difficult time to score there. and now it's his round. So what I did not take into account is that Fyanna gives her Warby's overtake. She's Field Marshal overtake, so his Warby's will be able to kill quite a few of my models with just overtaking. So his Furied Warby's attack my Roadhog, and his PS 18 or 19, so it's 3 dice against my armor, and I do retaliatory strike and hit him and do a little damage, and he continues pounding at my Warbeast. And my Warbeast dies as suspected, and his Warbeast uses sprint to get out of the way. So it didn't look good. His another Warbeast starts shooting at my Brigands. I do not tough, and I lose one of them. So Fyanna will probably try to take a big alpha against my force right now. So Death Stalker takes another 2 of my pigs. So his Angelius charges into my commandos and starts moving them. He's got overtake by himself, so he missed one of his attacks, so I got lucky there. And then Forsaken took fury of the beast. So the cavalry now starts shooting on my brigands. So I'm losing infantry like crazy, and now I'm thinking maybe Rask would be better, because at least he doesn't have that much infantry and the war beasts are a bit more resistant to shooting, and Rask's feet can really protect me on the approach. So but this is a collection that I got during the game, and now Fyanna advances and she will cast her spells. She stayed on 3 Fury and defeated, so he removed so far quite a lot, and he didn't activate everything yet. And now Zuriel charges my pigs, and he will start attacking me. He's got quite a few melee attacks, and he can use his spray after he kills my dudes, and he can overtake through them. So as you see, he's removing them pretty fast, and my brigands on the left flank are virtually non-existent after this round. I think that just a few of them left. The brigands in the middle and the brigands on the right flank, they are somehow a bit more visible still. but I get to the point where I think I have too few models to win this on attrition and on scenario, because if he goes in with his bits, he will just go through my forces. He's taking them out much too fast. So I need to figure out a way for an assassination. That's my idea. But this will be a very difficult task to assassinate him, because he's the +3 defense, meaning his war beasts have 17 defense, and this is a level that brigands have a very tough time reaching. Even with prey, it's almost impossible. And to that, he's got dodge right now, thanks to the feet, which means if I miss, he can move to a spot where it will be very problematic for me. For example, if I charge and I want to slam him, I put 2 models for that slam using Helga's feet. If I miss the first one, he'll just dodge away from my melee range, and the second one will never happen. So the planning this round, I already decided I will do last chance assassination, so I don't mind the time anymore. I just start approximating and planning what are the possible options here. The idea is that my brigands, using prey, try to slam 1 or 2 of the heavies over his caster, and then brigands will try to shoot the caster, or my caster will go in and try to assassinate Fyanna in melee. But for that, she needs to be knocked down. So the task is very problematic, because I have too few models remaining to perform it well. So I make space for Helga to go in. So I remove brigands from in front, and war beasts also. So my war beast goes to the side. So I need that Angelius dead. So I run my commandos so they block him, and then I charge my brigands. So the idea is that 3 brigands will kill that 1 Angelius, and the other brigands will hit war beasts that will hopefully slam or be slammed over his caster, Fyanna. And so my brigands start pounding the Angelius and manage to kill him, and I switch the prey to sorceress, and I need to kill her, so my Helga can go to his cavalry model to slam the cavalrist over Fyanna, and then to be able to hit Fyanna. So Helga goes in. She attacks the cavalrist. And it's 17 total, and the cavalrist is hit, and he's slammed over Fyanna. And he's killed. And Fyanna is now down, and in my range of my weapon. but unfortunately I have only 3 Fury. So, and she's got also 3 Furies for 3 transfers. So she will not die. I don't have range from anything else, and we end the battle. I have calculated it badly. I also removed my brigands too early to the side. If I had those 3 brigands there and my gun bore, I could have tried to shoot Fyanna after being hit by Helga. Then maybe I had some chance, but this way bad planning and win for Legion. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. If you would like to see more of the battles, subscribe to YouTube channel, like me on Facebook.